Welcome to my design thinking project on sustainable fashion, where I will embark on a creative and purpose-driven journey to explore innovative solutions that will revolutionize the fashion industry. I identified the fashion industry as an area of focus for my problem-solving efforts. Within this broad domain, I recognize that sustainability stood out as a topic that receives a lot of discussion but lacks substantial action. I made the decision to delve deeper into this issue and seek a solution that would effectively promote the adoption of sustainable fashion practices, particularly among young adults. Emphasize. My primary goal throughout the first phase of the design thinking process was to develop an empathy for young adults in the context of sustainable fashion. I tried to fully comprehend the requirements, drives, and difficulties of possible market. I used a variety of research techniques, including peer interviews and primary research, to achieve this. The empathy map that I created followed these questions. Who am I empathizing with? What do they do? What do they hear? What do they see? What do they say? What do they do? What do they think and feel? I decided to employ an unstructured interviewing method, recognizing the value of flexibility and fostering casual and informal interactions. This approach proved me successful as it enabled me to refine and enhance interviewing techniques, resulting in more reliable responses than scheduled interviews. Define. After profoundly understanding my target audience, I formulated a problem statement. How can I effectively inspire and engage young adults in embracing sustainable fashion practices? This statement will serve as my compass during the ideation phase, directing our efforts towards developing solutions that cater to the target audience needs and challenges. I interviewed 3 different people to define customer personas. The first person that I interviewed was fashionable. She is 21 and she is studying in Italy. Her interests are socializing and fashion. Her pain points are sustainable fashion doesn't fit her style, and her needs are inspiration and guidance. The second person that I interviewed was eco-conscious. She is 24 and she is doing postgraduate in Turkey. Her interests are sustainable living and music. Her pain points are struggles to find affordable fashion options that fit her style, and her needs are access to sustainable fashion resources and information. The third person that I interviewed was indifferent. He is 23 and he is studying in the UK. His interests are sports and working out. His pain point is no motivation. He needs good influence and knowledge. My objective will be to address the challenges faced by these customer personas and find effective solutions. Ideation. In ideation, the aim is to create as many solutions as possible to the problem because it expands the solution space and increases the likelihood of discovering innovative and effective solutions. Creating an ideation wall in a structured way for the problem statement allowed me to see all the potential solutions in an organized way that facilitated further discussion and decision making. I used brainstorming, mind mapping, and reverse brainstorming techniques to promote creative thinking, which led to a wide range of ideas such as starting a sustainable fashion blog, encouraging thrift shop clothing purchases, forming partnerships with sustainable fashion companies to provide out discounts, and starting a sustainable fashion challenge on social media. After brainstorming each solution, I came up with the 30 Wears challenge. During this social media-based sustainable fashion campaign, individuals are motivated to embrace the practice of wearing a specific clothing item at least 30 times before considering its disposal. Also, I came up with the idea of establishing a pop-up store committed to sustainable fashion, which encourages more sustainable fashion practices. Prototype. Once I have identified the most promising ideas, I created prototypes to evaluate and enhance the proposed solutions truly. The prototypes can take diverse forms, from physical to digital manifestations, depending on the nature of the idea. I use the sketching prototype method because it stimulates creativity and aids visual problem solving. For instance, a prototype example could involve establishing a pop-up shop dedicated to sustainable fashion where I can test the concept of offering young people a physical space to explore and engage with sustainable fashion brands and products, ultimately making sustainability more accessible. Another example of a prototype can be if the concept revolves around initiating a sustainable fashion challenge on social media. People who wear the same outfit 30 times and share it on social media with hashtag 30wears every time they wear the same clothes will be given discount coupons from stores that supports the campaign. Test. Moving forward, I undertake the testing of the prototypes with the target audience of obtain valuable feedback and instincts. To assess the effectiveness of the prototypes, I employ various techniques such as surveys, interviews, and usability testing. For instance, I may conduct surveys among young participants who took part in the Sustainable Fashion Challenge with the objective of comprehending their experience and determining the extent to which their involvement facilitates the adoption of more sustainable fashion practices. Interviewing young people who have been to the pop-up shop for sustainable apparel is an alternative kind of testing. I may gain critical feedback and instincts that will help me improve the solution by learning their first-hand experiences and determining their interest in visiting a permanent sustainable fashion store. Implement. I'm ready to start putting the final solution into practice as I end the testing and refining phase. This might be the exciting implementation of a sustainable fashion campaign or the launch of a new product line that supports sustainable fashion principles. In conclusion, this design thinking project on sustainable fashion has allowed me to develop creative ideas, try them out on the target audience, and implement programs that encourage sustainable behavior and meaningfully involve young people.